Well, welcome back to the Beer Necessities, and yes, I'm in Munich for a change, and I like to get around as many places as possible, and today I have come to the historical Löwenbräukeller. Look at that, that is one stunning, beautiful building selling Löwenbräu, or as it's often referred to at home in UK or in America, Löwenbräu, but it's Löwenbräu, Lion's Brew. This place is steeped in history, it's a beautiful building. I think the beer is great as well. But let's talk less about it and go and check it out. It's yet another beer keller outing in Munich for the Beer Necessities, and this time to visit the famous Löwenbräukeller, home to Löwenbräu. Löwenbräukeller is yet another beer keller in Munich that was regularly frequented by Hitler and the Nazi Party. But Löwenbräu's history extends far beyond those unwanted memories. Löwenbräu dates back to 1383, making it one of Munich's oldest breweries. You'll find their beers served across Munich in some of the larger tents at Oktoberfest and of course at its major beer keller, the Löwenbräukeller on Nymphenburger Straße, just outside of Munich city centre, which has been there since 1883. Löwenbräukeller is about ambience, food and of course beer. Right then, so let's go and have a look around. This is a very historical and traditional beer keller. Look at the door. Stunning, that. Look at this. Oof. Right. Well, sat in the beer garden outside the Löwenbräukeller, and it is enormous, it's impressive, it's historic, and I do like Löwenbräu. As I said before, it gets called Löwenbräu quite often in the UK and in America, but it's Löwenbräu, which translates to Lion's Brew. But I do like it. It has a very distinct yeast, and it's got a nice sweet malt profile to it, and, you know, little subtle sort of citrusy hoppiness, I always think, to it anyway. But this place here, it was built in 1883, I'm going to say, 1883 by the Löwenbräu Brewery, not to brew beer. It was here as a beer keller restaurant, that type of thing. The brewery is actually not far from here, it's just around the corner, but it was built in 1883, and it's one of the biggest, most famous main beer kellers here in Munich. Noisy out there today with the police. Sounds like the Bourne Identity out there today. So massively popular. And in some of my other Munich episodes, I've talked a little bit about how the beer kellers played a role in Bavarian politics, German politics, and of course in the rise of the Nazis. Now, in 1923, the Beer Hall Putsch, when Hitler and the Nazis tried to sort of gain control by storming beer kellers around here. This place here, the Löwenbräukeller, was used as a base during the Beer Hall Putsch of 1923. Now, I don't think there was any real sort of fighting or scuffles here, but it was a base for a number of Nazi Party members ready to sort of condescend on the centre, but that all went wrong for the Nazis, and Hitler ended up in prison after that. However, my understanding is that obviously once Hitler was released and the Nazi Party grew in prominence, they used to meet here every year on the anniversary of the Beer Hall Putsch to celebrate the glorious dead, those that died fighting the Nazi cause as part of that Beer Hall Putsch. So yeah, a lot of history here, but you know, the beer garden's it's not particularly big, the beer garden. You know, there's a big veranda area and whatnot, but inside's massive. You know, you've got the sort of the main beer keller and restaurant area, but there are all these massive sort of halls, festival halls, which are for private functions and things like that. But anyway, do like a Löwenbräu. In my bar at home, I do sometimes get a keg of this in, but it just has that sparkly, sort of bready, honey bread. It's smooth, it's silky, it's just got a very gentle honey bread sweetness to it. It's not sickly, it's just gentle, and then there is that slight hop finish. But I always think Löwenbräu has this very distinctive taste. I've always thought that, and I think it comes from the yeast that they use here. But it is so nice. In fact, some of the guys that I'm with today say they think it's the best beer that they've had while they've been in Munich, and we've, pretty much done the range there. But no, I love it. It's just crisp and refreshing, and yeah, unlike your pilsners, which are more hop forward and whatnot, this is a good helles, which has got that, slightly sort of sweet, flat, jacky bread type taste to it. So really enjoy it. But what I'll do now is just spend a couple of minutes just having a look around this gaff as much as I can. Just having a brief tour and seeing what the general setup is, and see what's going on. Cheers. Very nice. Look at this. Proper old bierkeller. Very traditional. Stained glass windows. The bar area. Lovely restaurant area. More rooms up there. Yeah, like it. I mean, I have been here before, but... And just here, before you go out into the beer garden, a bit like you see in the Hofbräu house, people keep their Krüger, their mugs here, storage. I would imagine there's a long waiting list. There's not many of these here unless there are some of the vaults around here. But yeah, lovely, right? Then you come out into the beer garden. The Löwen, the lion. Look at that, okay? Grand. More rooms upstairs. It's a bar. It's like a nice sort of relaxing area to have a drink and some food. And another massive lion. And look at that turret there. You see that from quite some distance. It really makes this place stand out. And a lovely relaxing beer garden. Not the biggest you'll see around Munich. But decent size. And the building's massive. I mean, there's just obviously loads of different rooms in here that I've been here before, but I've never been through all these different buildings. But I mean, let's go see what's in here. I doubt it's open. But this looks... Well, that's just like a massive dining festival hall with beautiful, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, stained glass windows. So it's huge, and is obviously available for massive functions and things like that. So really impressed, really impressed. So anyway, that's a brief trip to the Löwenbräukeller in Munich. So as I said before, the brewery itself The Löwenbräu Brewery is just round the corner from here. Merged with Spaten and Franziskaner back in I think 1997. So might try and swing by there on the way back. Won't go in and have a look. I haven't got the time or inclination to do that today. But anyway, Löwenbräukeller. Thanks for watching.